Alright, we're back with episode 6 of Off the Rails. We've listened to the complaints. Spraggy is going to try his best to take a deep breath when he's in the middle of a rant, so I can possibly get a word in edgeways this week. Let's hear what you got to say about that, Bench.
It's as much your fault as it is mine. I appreciate it sometimes.
You're
doing it already.
It was a joke, Bench. It was a joke.
Yeah, usually they're funny.
I'm laughing.
Welcome back to episode 6. So there's been some people say that we talk over each other a lot. It's really hard when we're not in the same room. I mean, thank God we're not. But we're going to do our best to address these issues, aren't we, Fintan?
Yeah, and I just feel, though, that there's going to end up being these awkward pauses of silence as we wait for the other one to talk. And people are going to be like, you're not comfortable with each other anymore. You need to talk more. We're not going to be able to win. But we're going to try.
Someone said, sorry to interrupt. Someone said last week as well, can you try and make it more professional? It seems too casual. I think that was on me because we were interviewing Ryan Risk, and I was eating chocolate in the background. So that is on me. But I will say this: if anything, it's going to get less professional as we go on. We've no intention of trying to sort anything in that regard, in that realm, have we?
I have to say, I don't know. I actually never watched it back, but we both got the giggles when you realize what you were doing because you've just been a fat fuck all day. You've been eating these Terry chocolate orange on non-stop, and then you just were like,
yeah, I was just sat there, and then I remembered what was going on. So I'm talking to Ryan about his Twitch stream, and we've wasted his time, and it was probably a waste of time getting the poor lad on. And I'm just there scoffing. I felt awful. It was very unprofessional. I apologize at the time, but let me apologize once again.
It's the worst noise ever. Like, genuinely. Like, people having to listen to you eat when you're streaming is the worst. But, like, we're doing, like, this episode now once a week, down from 2. But, you know, we can't even give them 40 minutes without that. You just couldn't resist. Like, it wasn't. Anyway,
they're very good chocolates. They're very, very good chocolates. Crack on with the thing because
here we go.
It was long last week. Yeah. People will be moaning. We've got to get on with it. Get on with the topics. We've got some good stuff coming up today, including this. Kevin Hart, are you having a laugh? Has signed with Team PokerStars. He's now a PokerStars sponsored guy. Like he's getting involved with PokerStars things. Your thoughts, Fintan Hand?
I think it's a step in the right direction. I never really understood the Ronaldo signing. He didn't speak in any of the ads. He didn't really seem to care about poker. I don't ever remember him showing up at a live event. Neymar maybe crack into the Brazilian market a bit, but it seems to me that PokerStars has tapped well into the Brazilian market. I know there's a huge amount of people in Brazil, and possibly Neymar is one of the most, I think he might actually be the most marketable sports person in the world. So like, understand a little bit, but again, they're not playing it. Kevin Hart, before I even knew that, because he went to the Monte Carlo 100k without the sponsorship or deal having been announced. Maybe they came up with it on the fly when they were there, I'm not too sure, but he walks in, he's making jokes, he's making Daniel Negreanu feel like an idiot, he's like whatever, and he's just like full of charisma, and he just genuinely wants to play poker. Like, he's talking a big game, he's like, I'm going to take these pros down. He's giving Dan Coleman shit for sitting there in a white robe, like, what the fuck are you doing, what are you wearing, pal? Like, and like, I feel with the reach he has, even though I think he has 60 million followers on Twitter in around that area, even though a lot of them will be American, I think he is like a good representation of poker. Like, if he's on the table making it fun, that's so much better than, like, you know, a 30-second ad with Ronaldo once every 6 months where he doesn't say fuck all.
At least he's getting involved. I mean, I think they had I refuse to call him Fat Ronaldo because he was class, and I love him Ronaldo as a footballer. The real Ronaldo. They had him in the Stars deal, and he actually turned up to some events and was playing events. But like I said, I never saw Cristiano Ronaldo do anything. Did he play Aaron Paul heads up or some shit?
I mean, he played Aaron Paul heads up. It was a TV production where I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't like a proper. I don't think he even knows how to play poker. But like you say, Kevin Hart seems to actually like the game, play the game, get involved. So all for it. The other thing that I have with sports people being like ambassadors for poker is it's weird that I think the stars of poker should be poker players, because imagine, like, think as a football fan, your stars are, you know, like, you love your Messis and your Ronaldos and your top players. In any other sport, the stars of that sport are the people who are good at it. But it's weird in poker, like, if we want the game to be taken seriously, like, to have an outside influence. I know you've got to do it because poker isn't as mainstream, but like, I wish you had more people like Negreanu who sort of breaches that mainstream even a little bit. Negreanu, like, my dad knows who it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish we had more people like your Helmies.
So you're saying the poker sites, instead of like investing all their money, maybe they get a young talent like a bench Sprag and they pump in 20k
Hey.
rather than, you know, like, okay, I'm taking the piss with the 20k.
No, but like
if they,
I
they
think
pump you up and they build you up and they push you in the media, and like if you've got the personality to ride with it, you could be the like representation of stars, not stars, whoever the fuck in years to
yeah.
come. I agree with that, but at the same time,
I think we
like,
should try to make stars from poker rather than take stars from outside of our game and put them at the top. Like, do you know what I mean? Try and push them as like getting involved in poker. To an extent, I know you've got to have that outside appeal, and like anyone can play poker. That's the joy of it. So someone like Kevin Hart, great. But I don't know. I feel like we need more star poker players. Like, who's the next big star poker player, really?
I just don't think it's the same though. I like. Do you remember
No?
the high? No. I mean, I just don't know if like the same personalities are coming up where they had the huge exposure. Like the way the WSOP used to have. Like I know it's still on ESPN every each year, but I just don't know if it's. I don't know if it's as big. Like
Yeah.
Mike Madiso, Phil Hellmuth. Who else was there? Sammy Farha. All the boys that were on high stakes poker were a match made in heaven. Like they sold poker. Like just their personalities were great. I'm not too sure if like, you know, I know we're on Twitch and we're like trying to like be not boring, but like a lot of poker players that are playing the highest stakes and are like have that like audience that they can reach straight away. They're sitting there with their headphones in. They're not there to have fun. They're there to make money. So I'm not too sure if the stars are there for the poker sites to pump up. But I understand what you're saying. It would be nice if that.
It would be nice if someone just came along and like someone like well, we'll talk about it in a minute, but like Luke Schwartz, like he's a personality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
do you think he's not? I feel like.
Oh,
what
you
we're
wouldn't want
about
him anywhere near.
Yeah,
You
I
wouldn't
was
want him
gonna
anywhere
say
near.
he might be a bit of a PR disaster.
Oh, of course.
All right, well, we move on, seeing as we've. I feel
There
like
you go. There's a segue for you.
Yeah, there we go. That's professional. That I mean, I think we've already increased our level of professionalism.
That is professionalism, and that's what I want. Huh?
Oh, the way I tried. I've been stumbling over my words for the last few days, so I'm hoping.
That was
I'm
me
hoping.
snaking
let's
into
go,
the
let's
next
go.
section.
Schwartz
which
versus
is
Pulk. Pigeons everywhere, mate. Do you want to give a bit of a backdrop, or you got this?
As far as I follow the situation, it started off where Schwartz went on Joey Ingram's podcast. Luke Schwartz went on Joey Ingram's podcast and started calling everyone a pigeon, which like that's new to me, but everyone's saying it now, right?
Is
like,
that not an English thing? Is it just not how you talk? Over there?
I've never heard anyone say pigeon outside of like describing the birds, like the flying rat birds.
Great.
But
insult.
yeah, he called him a pigeon, and then Doug Polk like fired back a bit and put up the graph on his background of some of his YouTube videos of the high stakes database graph of Luke Schwartz on stars, which is like
minus 700k
all the way
so.
down. Yeah.
Not
and
great.
then they did a new one. He did a new interview with Poker News. Luke Schwartz did at, I think it was in Monte Carlo at the PokerStars event.
Yeah.
And he went off again. He did an impression of Doug and was saying some personal things about like he doesn't fuck his girlfriend with the lights on or something. I don't know, like just things you expect Luke Schwartz to say.
Absolute nonsense that you can't ever sign for a company.
Fucking bollocks, mate.
Yeah,
What he
Laura, the girl who was doing the interview, I know her well. She lives in Malta as well, and I have to say, I thought she'd done a very good job at trying to light that fire. Like she was probing around, looking for people to, looking for Luke to go off on one, and like then she was like going on about how much she likes Luke, but at the same time she's like, yeah, you haven't had a Hendon mob cash in like in like 3 years.
She's like, yeah, because you've not, and he was like, oh, don't worry about me, I'm all right, don't worry about me.
Do you know he's won the Sunday Million last year and like 5 scoop titles in the last like 2 years or something? I think someone put that in the Twitch chat and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I think he has like 5 scoop, and it was maybe it was 2 Sunday Millions. No, I'm thinking of someone else. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure the guy does fine, right? Because there's still.
Do you think there's any chance? I don't think so. But do you think there's any chance that they're just doing it for like publicity, like they're just firing off each other's names a little bit?
No, I mean, I would think that Luke Schwartz, because he was in like the public eye quite a bit when he first come around.
Yeah.
Because I remember him from that whole wearing yellow, got the Jakeys on, whatever. When he said he was going to send Durr broke and all that stuff. That was like way back when.
Yeah.
And then he'd kind of been around, but not like in the main sort of poker sphere for a while. And obviously Doug's like very popular at the moment and has got his name everywhere. So I think Luke is maybe riding the crest of that wave, trying to get back in. Well, what does Doug have to gain from feuding quote unquote? I'm such a fucking wrestling fan. What does Luke Schwartz have to gain from? What does Doug have to gain?
The Twitter beef or whatever. Do you like?
I don't think he has anything to gain. Really.
Poker's been a bit, there's been some beef over the past like couple of months And some of it I don't believe. I think it is like just for like to get their
Really?
names. Yeah, but then some of it's like seems like pure hate. Like Kate Hall against Mike. What was his name?
Dentali?
They got their like what?
Oh, there's no way that was staged, all right?
Yeah, they got their match out of it. Parker was like trying to jump on that train. I don't know if you've seen the tweets, like, but Parker like started firing shots at him as soon as that
Oh, really?
heads up match was over, like hoping that he could be the next one. I don't know what the TV show it was on, but I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to do it and get. We have a weird thing going on in our streams where people who are new to the stream and we're like, oh man, like when you press !Spraggy in my chat, it comes up is a waste.
Calls me a waste of oxygen. So if you can get a mod to delete that. No, yeah, but they like proper because Kate Hall loves like going off on people on Twitter, and then she always seems to be fighting with someone else. Yeah, to an extent, but then on one side it's entertaining all this stuff, but then you think like they're Luke Schwartz is nearly 30.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's fucking gross, and they're all blocking each other. So and so's blocked so and so on Twitter. I'm gonna block you. I'll block you. It's just fucking. Who cares about Twitter beef, really?
Yeah, it's not real life.
I mean, fair play. At least Mike Dentali and Kate Hall actually played heads up, and it was discovered that they both shouldn't probably play that much heads up.
Coming from former heads up pro.
Well, no.
Would you fancy your chances against Bodum? Is that what you're saying? Are you trying to get the Twitter beef going here? We got to tweet out and if you retweet.
No, I'm not getting involved in that shit. Also, if I'm playing Kate Hall heads up, like, does she play $10 sit and goes? Does Mike Dentali want to play some $10 sit and goes? Because I'm not playing the stakes they're playing.
I think you could sell some action, get it done. But
yeah, Twitter beef. Everybody,
calm down.
Have a fucking sit down.
Have a cup of tea.
Get yourself a cup of tea. See, no one's ever angry. Just sat down, had a cup of tea. Think, do you know what? Maybe there's some merit to your thing. Because Luke Schwartz was also saying about Upswing is a scam and Doug hasn't won in years and that's why he's doing Upswing because, he's got to find other ways to make money, blah, blah, blah. And, like...
Pretty sure Doug won...
I'm sure Doug is quite good at poker, mate. I wouldn't worry about it.
Twitch alone, so... Anyway, the lads were having a bit of a fight. I find Luke entertaining. I hope they keep it up and Luke goes on more podcasts and calls more people pigeon and comes out with more insults that I've never heard of, that I thought were English things, but... Benj, I suppose you're a little bit of a recluse, a little bit of a hermit. Maybe
I don't.
Maybe everybody outside is calling everyone pigeons, and you're gonna get a shock the next day you go outside, venture off.
Also, I will second this. Like they should 100% carry on because I love watching Luke Schwartz go off. It's funny.
He's a fucking geezer.
I thought Doug McGrath up was very funny. I don't have a side. I'm just I'm the guy sort of peering in, just checking on them once in a while. Have at it. But they get like. The real, the funny stuff's good. The interviews, the heads up grudge match is fine. Twitter, just get a grip.
All right, we're moving on. Football. You're repping the United jersey for the second week in a row.
Only when we have a decent result, I wear the shirt.
Did you?
You may have noticed.
I don't know if you remembered. What was it? Oh, the weekend. You couldn't beat Swansea at home.
We didn't want to beat Swansea at home. I think we wanted we lulled people in with a false sense of like we're actually going to try for the league, but now we can rest players because we're probably not going to make top four. But now we can justifiably rest players for the Europa League final, which we're definitely going to make. There's no way we cock up at home against Celta Vigo, taking our 1-0 win from tonight. Away goal, clean sheet, away, no chance they score at Old Trafford. And
did you watch the game?
Finals guaranteed. Yeah. We actually should have come. They were pathetic. I tweeted.
It was
I was
really
like,
bad.
They didn't offer anything at all going forward. It was just the most low-key European semi-final I've seen, I think, because they were knocking the ball up long to your man up top there. Who is it? Guidetti?
The guy who done the chant. I don't know if you ever seen him before. He got all the Spanish or the Swedish. They won the under 21 European Championships, and he came home and he just had like 20,000 people on a fucking crazy chant. That's all I know him for. I don't know if he played football anywhere else, but anyway.
So like they're knocking the ball up to him and he was holding it up well, but there was just nothing.
That Aspas lad who scored
like 27 goals this season, hasn't he?
Yeah, he looked like the player that Liverpool signed and shipped off to La Liga.
Yeah.
He was pretty much. But in saying that, United are like, they shouldn't be in the position here. They should be like solid in the top four with the home draws they've had, and it looked like it could be a repeat of it. You're just not taking your chances. Like, I'm not too sure who United need to sign. I seen that they had a £74 million bid rejected for Mbappe, the 18-year-old from Monaco. But I think, does Is Mourinho going to sign an 18-year-old from Monaco and
That
pay
could
him?
go all Martial again.
Yeah, I mean that's his reservations. He's like, I mean, Martial went over there, had a great first season under Louis van Gaal, and now he's like really struggling for game time. Anyway, Marcus Rashford is the future. He is
Yes.
quality, but that's the other thing. If you sign a striker, is Rashford going to be deployed out on the wing and ultimately
You need to put Rashford straight down the middle, I think.
give
Keep
him a
up top.
chance?
Yeah.
Even
keep
if it
him up
means
top.
another season of possibly.
Yeah,
He
fine.
needs the chance Harry Kane got. I feel he
Yeah,
needs the fate put in
he's
him.
clearly got it.
Yeah, I agree. Talking about Mbappe, Monaco versus Juventus, first leg, 2-0 to Juventus. I predicted that this was going to be a hurdle too far for the young team. There was going to be Juventus were going to be too good in defense, and they're going to concede goals because they always concede goals. It's just a matter of like Kevin Keegan's Newcastle tactics. You score 4, we'll score 5. And like some of the United teams over the year were a little bit like that. The year Van Persie came and you won the league, it was like you scored 2, we'll score 3, and Van Persie was just scoring a hat-trick every game. But it's a step too far. It's going to be Juventus Real Madrid final because, like Benj predicted, he didn't remember his prediction, but you said a wounded animal,
mate.
Real Madrid are going to be coming for Atletico Madrid. Cristiano Ronaldo has now scored 103 Champions League goals. I can't. I'm going to pull out like 1 second.
Are we doing this again?
No, we're not doing anything. I'm just going to pull out a stat that you're going to like, but it's pulled out of my head and it's not exactly right. I'm going to say there was about 135 teams in Champions League and he scored something like more goals than 110 of the teams that have played in the Champions League. He scored more goals than them. Absolutely outrageous.
R.I.P. Sturm Graz and the like.
Yeah, seriously. Did you watch any of the games? Champions League? Any?
I didn't. I think I was streaming at the time. Champions League isn't on. As far as I'm concerned, the years United don't play it, so like I don't really follow it if we're not involved because I'm sad, bitter, pathetic. So I watched the Europa League.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any of it. I did say, I remember saying about the wounded animal thing, and they've duly delivered. Ronaldo, greatest of all time. We still haven't got around to a proper Ronaldo Messi debate, which is odd because we sat here for fucking an hour thinking, what are we going to discuss this week? And we keep saying we're going to do this Ronaldo Messi debate, and it hasn't happened yet.
We can do it at the end of the season. I'm looking forward to having a little transfer rumor section. I think it's going to be fucking crazy this year.
Do you know what we should do? Is make up transfer rumors and see if we can permeate the
see if we can
news
get one
media
out.
with them.
Yeah. I think United are going to spend a fucking boatload of cash this year. I'm not too sure who you're going to sign, but I just feel if you get in the Champions League, do you think? Okay, Ajax won 4-1 against Lyon in the other semi-final of the Europa
League.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, like, this team, they have an average age of something like 21 and they're going to come and they're going to be playing in Sweden and they're just going to end up smashing United 3-0 and it's going to be fucking hilarious.
I was really confident that we had the beating of every team in the competition. I'm not anymore. I think I'm genuinely scared of Ajax.
They're just a young, vibrant, attacking talent team.
And that's exactly the sort of team that's just going to dick on us as well. It's going to be so frustrating because it really, all my eggs, all our United eggs are in that Europa League basket now, I feel, after the Swansea draw, which is just a pathetic result. If we'd win that, we'd be third as of right now.
I'm still not sure if you would have been favourites.
Obviously, with tough games coming up, but we'd be sat in third, mate. Liverpool don't look good at the moment. Like,
Although
City don't
Emre
look good at the moment. Wonder goal. But City drew with Middlesbrough.
And just about drew, like they equalised in the last minute. Gabriel Jesus came on and scored. He came on. He started. Like that's his fourth Premier League start, 4th goal. He looks like he's going to be a beast as well.
I do feel sorry for Ajax because they've got a very good young squad. They have a shot at the Europa League this year, and I am worried about them now. Genuinely, I think if we don't progress into the final, it'll be a travesty because Celta Vigo looked absolute,
What do you mean you're worried about Ajax?
I think I just thought I look at Ajax, Lyon on paper and I thought we can beat Ajax or Lyon, but I didn't realize, I don't think, how good Ajax are.
They're not even top of the Dutch league though. Feyenoord are 4 points clear with 2 games to go or something like that.
Right, but that's a scary result against Lyon because they're no mugs really.
No, they beat Roma.
But I do feel sorry for them because they're a selling club. Like anyone, if they do win the Europa League and they've got a young 21 average age squad, all of those players are going to go bye-bye. Yeah, they're just going to get picked off by all the big clubs around Europe because Ajax, the Dutch league, just isn't big enough to keep those players at the club, right?
Yeah.
So it sucks, but That's football.
Do you think last thing? Do you think Mourinho will put out the kids against Arsenal this weekend?
No, but the final game against Crystal Palace is 3 days, and you are going to see some names in that squad that you have never seen in your life.
Yeah.
And we'll probably get fined by the league, which is stupid because you have that squad for a reason. You've got young players, you're allowed to use them. Teams have been fined before, right, for playing a weakened team.
I don't think they will if Crystal Palace are guaranteed to stay up. I think it's only if Crystal Palace were in danger of going down and you
keep the integrity of the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I see it from that standpoint. But
I think it's you got to look out for your own. It's a business at the end of the day. It's going to cost so much money if United don't get into Champions League. So let's go play a dead rubber in their eyes. So United are guaranteed to be 5th or 6th, and they go. Pogba gets injured, Bailey gets injured. You lose against Ajax in the final. Oh, Mourinho gets sacked. I don't know if he will get sacked. I don't think he would actually. I think he's kind of in an unsackable position at the moment, which is pretty wild, to be honest. He should. I don't know if he doesn't win the Europa League this year. There should be some questions over him that he should get sacked. I feel.
No, he's 1 year. You can't. No, give him time. He'll be. He's going to be fine. He's going to be good as well. It's also finding teams to field in those weaker sides. Think how insulting that is to the people who get called up. We, as a governing body, we think you are so shit that we are actively punishing your club for having selected you. That's how bad we think you are. What message does that say to young players? You should not even be anywhere near this league, and we're going to fine the club because you got played. That's a huge fuck you, and it shouldn't happen. Yeah. It really shouldn't.
All right, let's move on. Battle of the Ages. Anthony Joshua fired into superstardom. I am not even going to attempt to say Vladimir's full name. No, it's Vladimir Klitschko. It's spelling his name that I have zero chance.
Klitschko? Is this just Klitschko?
I don't know. You could be right, you could be wrong, but I'm not going to attempt it. He knocks out Vladimir in the 11th round. Did you get a chance to watch it?
I watched this on Sky Box Office.
Oh, did you?
Yes, of course I did, mate.
I can't tell if you've been serious. I wasn't sure if you actually watched it.
Yeah, Sky Box Office.
Oh, you paid?
$19.99.
All right, so Benj didn't watch the fight.
I did watch the fight, mate. On Sky Box Office. It's the only place you can watch it, as far as I'm aware. I'm not a boxing fan, but I did catch this one because everyone was talking about it.
I went for an out-of-the-park prediction, called Joshua in the 10th round, having no clue about boxing. I was so close.
11th round. Nowhere near. Rubbish.
Yeah.
As boxing matches go, it was really entertaining, and the heavyweight stuff is usually quite dull because nobody wants to take that hit because they hit so hard that they one hit and it could be over, right? So they play real defensive.
Although both of them did get knocked down. Joshua, I think, got knocked down the 6th. Klitschko in the 5th. If not, it was the 4th and the 5th. But Joshua was I don't know if you. I can't. Did you actually watch it? I can't tell.
Yeah, I did watch it.
Right, did you see in the 7th and the 8th round and Joshua was swaying and he looked down and out to me. But he obviously.
But then Klitschko, I thought the same in the 11th because he knocked him down. It was 2 knockdowns in the 11th. Then Klitschko got back up before it was stopped, right? And Klitschko took that uppercut was disgusting, by the way. And then he gets back up, gets knocked down again. Chumbawamba. What's the fucking song now? I get knocked down, I get up again. Gets back up after the second one, and then he'd recovered for a little bit, and he was sort of dodging again. I think how after getting 11 rounds, 2 knockdowns,
41 years old,
at 41, and then he was still for a little bit. He was doing all the dodging stuff, and then obviously he got pasted against the ropes. Referee steps in.
I don't know a lot about boxing, but it looked obviously he got knocked down twice in the round. You don't want people suffering head trauma, but it looked to me like he stopped it a tiny bit early. But I didn't hear anyone on any social media or any person in my whole stream say that who knows. So
I don't think he was defending it. You got to be
you got to put some sort of defense.
Put a guard up or whatever, and I think it was probably correct. It's more dangerous. I was reading about the boxing stuff. It's more dangerous than MMA because in MMA, knockout, down, ref steps in, done.
Yeah,
right?
But you get your 10 seconds, so you get recovery time, and then you get more head trauma, and also the rounds are shorter. So shorter rounds means that you get battered in the head. You could be just about to get knocked out, then the referee stops.
Get saved by the bell. Yeah,
yeah.
And that's what I mean. In boxing, it's bang, bang, bang. You're taking all these hits. Like in MMA, you get hit, you get knocked out, you're done. Well, these guys, they get knocked down, and then they get back up, and they go again. And it's repeated bang, bang, bang.
So it's much more dangerous.
But boxing is more established, isn't it? Like people just
In my
like
eyes, though, Vlad is still the winner because I don't know if you know his missus, Hayden Penny. I'm gonna say
Henier.
Penny. How do you say it?
You mean Hayden Panettiere, isn't it?
I don't
Who
know,
was in
man.
fucking Heroes.
Yeah,
You mean that's like pasta penne, mate?
Mike McDonald at one point when he was like a millionaire and he was either 17 or 18, he realized like he said that he would pay. I think he said he would pay 15,000. Like that's when he realized how rich he was because he had so much money, and he was just like, I could pay like 15,000. She wanted. Oh no, that was it. She wanted to stay in this underwater hotel, and it was like $15,000 a night or something. And Mike was like, I could bring you to that hotel. And why are you looking at me like that?
Well, I'm very worried about what sort of story I'm about to hear
No,
about.
that's it.
Engaging in.
It wasn't prostitution. It was just a little fantasy of an 18-year-old Mike McDonald. That's all it is.
Oh, that he could pay for Hayden Panettiere's hotel bill?
I think someone asked him or something, had he ever had a hooker or something in a Joey podcast or something.
Oh, I see.
And he was like, no, but I would have paid $15,000 a night to spend the night with Hayden Penny or whatever the fuck you say.
Hey, so what we've got out of this story is that Mike McDonald imagined himself spending a night with Hayden Penny in an underwater hotel, but not having sex with her because there was no prostitution involved. So he's just footing the bill. They turn up, watch a film. He sits in a chair, presumably, while she goes to bed. She wakes up. They both move on with their lives.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I don't
know.
You know,
we're talking about Anthony
Joshua. It came to my mind.
Klitschko,
I was just I forgot that was his missus, and we were talking about it, and then I was like, shit, man, he actually wins at life. He's 41. He's getting paid millions of dollars to dance around the ring. Then he gets to go home with her. And then I was like, wait, Mike McDonald was, and then I've gone off in roundabouts, and I apologize. Next opponent for Anthony Joshua. Do you want to see him fight?
That's what I have to
Fury?
deal with. One of the greatest heavyweight boxing bouts in recent memory.
Oh, don't you know that Klitschko's banging Hayden Penny as well, and Mike McDonald was going to take her to an underwater hotel?
Nobody wants to hear this story. The next opponent for Anthony Joshua is my man, who I personally am fully behind this guy, Tyson Fury.
Lunatic.
Talking about PR disasters.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury. His Twitter's amazing, by the way. Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and you will be saved. That's week 1. I am a gypsy king. I'm king of the travelers. That's week 2. Week 3, I'm no longer a gypsy. I've renounced my gypsy roots. I am now getting tattoos and all that because the travelers don't get tattoos.
Do they not?
So no. So now he said he was going to get tattoos and he's seen a new light. Week 4, he changed his name to like a Islamic name. It was like Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay.
Unstable though.
So he went from something like that and saying I've converted to Islam, and he was putting a load of Quran verses up on his Twitter page or whatever. Couple weeks later, he's Gypsy King again on Twitter, and he's back into that lifestyle culture.
He can't actually fight at the moment. He doesn't have a license. He done a load of cocaine and abused a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, and lost his license. So there's no. Plus, he weighs.
Did you see his Facebook video where he was like wishing them good luck? Whereas wishing Klitschko and Anthony Joshua good luck, he did one where he's lying down in bed, and it was like looking at a ball of putty that had like eyes poked in it. He was struggling to breathe as well. It's like it was vile, more vile than that face I'm making right now. It's horrible, mate. I honestly think he'd weigh like 20 something stone right now, like 26, 7 stone. He's big. He's
he's very tall. Yeah,
he is house big. He was actually tweeting Ricky Hatton, who some people call, this is funny, Ricky Fatten.
Oh my God, where did
they've got him there, saying that he should join him in the gym because he needs to lose a load of weight. But Tyson Fury unbeaten, right?
I don't know. I think so. He made like his fight with Klitschko. It's painted Fury in a great light because Klitschko could not touch Fury. He won on decision, admittedly, and didn't like finish him the way Joshua did. But like he danced around the ring. He had his hands behind his back. He was just taking the piss out of him. And like Joshua was like, on the verge of being knocked out at one point. And he did say that. He was like, Fury tweeted Joshua being like, yeah, I played with that kid and you were like on the verge of death, so let's have the biggest fight in British boxing history, which it very much would be. They would sell out Wembley again. The hype would be insane. Joshua isn't one for running his mouth, but I feel if he has Fury over the other side of the table, giving absolute shit, I think Joshua's like inner city roots might surface a little bit. We might see a little bit less than polite Mr. Anthony Joshua.
I'm going to go ahead and make the prediction as someone who knows precisely fuck all about boxing that Fury is going to win if they fight.
All right, and I'll say that he's going to knock him out. Joshua's going to knock him out.
All right.
All right.
I look forward to it.
On that, if who knows when it'll happen. Let's move along. Stephen Hawking, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who he is, there he is.
There he is.
That is not a picture of Benj in the top corner. That is, in fact, Stephen Hawking. Their similarities are, if you put glasses on, I don't think people will be able to tell the difference. Your new haircut looks identical to his haircut as well.
I'm probably smart.
He went for the 2 on the sides and a little bit on top. He just doesn't have the gel in. All right, so Stephen Hawking has warned human beings in the next 100 years we will need to leave. We will need to go to Mars or wherever else we are going to be able to live. And he has a new documentary on BBC called Expedition New Earth. I do not know much about this documentary. Do you know anything about it?
No, so why are we talking about it?
Well, last week we had Bigfoot and we were like, where do we go from Bigfoot? Naturally, we'll just go to Stephen Hawking.
Naturally, Stephen Hawking. Well, I think what he's saying is that we need to become an interplanetary civilization, Fintan, because right now we got this one planet, Earth.
When we're making shit of it.
We are fucking it up, pal. I don't know if you've heard the news. Shit everywhere. Oceans full of plastic. I don't want to go on an environmental rant. You know what the sort of damage we've done.
Yeah.
So, like...
We need a new place to fuck up.
We need to recycle Earth. You know, in Independence Day, the aliens are like locusts. They move from planet to planet using the resources, and then they just like planet hop. Stephen Hawking is all about that life, mate. So we fucked this one up. Start again. You know when you have a football manager save, and then you like lose a few games at the start of the season, and your heart's not really in it, and it's like, I'll go again. That's what we've got to do with planet Earth. So,
do we bring everybody, or are we like writing off like 90% of people, aka you are gone?
Some people would be chosen, mate. Some lesser specimens may be left behind. Not naming any names. It'd be a tiny bit. It'd be like a few hundred pioneers, mate.
Yeah,
they'd
of
be
course.
off.
Obviously, we're not bringing everyone to another fucking planet. Who's going to fund it? The lad who is. No, it's not going to happen. Anyway, what I was going to ask, I asked you before how much you would need to be paid to get on a plane, get off the plane, and fly the next day. What sort of... See, okay, money doesn't really matter in this situation because I was going to say if they wanted a volunteer to go try life on Mars, like it doesn't really... I suppose getting paid doesn't make a lot of sense if you can't come back, right?
Well, I've already said that my aim for the stream is to be the first stream live from the surface of the red planet.
Really?
That's the lengths that I set high goals for my channel. See, I let my audience dream. I allow them to dream, dare to dream, that one day I will be playing $10 sit and goes from the surface of Mars. So yeah, I'd go. I'd definitely go.
Would you go and it meant you couldn't come back though? Because that seems to be the...
Oh, even better. I wouldn't have to deal with YouTube comments. I wouldn't have to deal with you, Twitch chat. You know what I mean?
You're so full of shit. You're saying you're going up to Mars, and the first thing your lofty ambitions for life are to get to another planet and to connect with the same people on Twitch and play $10. And you're like, I want to get away from it.
Twitch chat, like, oh, he's using the anti-gravity suit wrong. Can't believe that.
You're
wrong type of potatoes you're growing there in the greenhouse. Unbelievable. Would you go?
No.
No.
No, I mean, I like life. I don't want to go and be stuck as an experiment. Like, you only get to live once. I don't want to go fucking... Who cares about that, like, oh, we're the first person on Mars? I don't care about that shit. I want to live my life with my friends and family at home. I don't want to go off and isolate them and, like, be stuck with a bunch of people I don't know. Like,
so here's a question.
Go on.
Stephen Hawking saying we need to go within 100 years.
Yeah.
Do you think we will ever have a colony of people on Mars?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah,
See, I don't.
Isn't there already people signed up to go with Richard Branson's thing? I feel.
Yeah, but they're not. That'll never happen. I don't think we'll ever end up on Mars. I think, and this is just the optimist in me speaking, I think we're all fucked. I think we're too
not
lazy.
Fucked. We're grand. We'll be dead and gone.
What? No. Do you know how bad global warming is, mate? Do you read the news?
You think it's going to be in the next like 50, 60 years? And like
Yeah,
20
we're in
years
big
for
trouble.
you if you keep eating McDonald's 6 times a week.
We're in big trouble. Well, maybe I'm escaping the apocalypse that way. I'm living my life fast because I know what's coming. I know what's over the hill.
You've brought this down an awful notch. I was having a positive. I was enjoying this podcast.
Well,
I
people
thought it
want
was
us to discuss conspiracy theories. Here's a little theory for you
Okay, let's
to
hear it.
cheer up your Friday or whenever you're watching this. Human race is just never going to get off this planet. Stephen Hawking says we have to. He's a smart bloke. He knows what needs to be done. I don't think we're going to do it. I think we're just going to wallow, and then it'll be too late.
I read an article yesterday, and I'm not going to be able to repeat it very well, but I'm going to try, and I'm going to stumble over my words, and you're going to be like, why are you interrupting another section with a load of shit that you're not able to back up with any information? But it was something along the lines that you're giving me the look, and now I'm
No, I'm ready. I'm keen. I'm keen to listen.
Absolutely panicking.
No, go on.
Basically, in the next 20, 30, 40 years, they think we're going to be able to download information into our brains. So, like download French, download German. But on top of that, via computer, we're going to be able to connect our brains. So if you're over in Australia swimming with dolphins, I can connect into your brain, and like it's like I actually experience it. And that'll be the end of the human species as such. Like, some people will choose to, keep their own brain and never... I don't know what the word is, because I don't know what the fuck it is. But, like...
Never get involved with that.
Never get involved with it. So that'll be one species of human. And then the other species of human will be the multi-brains who, like, So, like, if I hook my brain up with you, it would do sweet fuck all, and I'd be playing $10 and goes for the rest of my life. But if I hook it up with Stephen Hawking, I might be smart as fuck and, like, body-abled, and he can experience things through my body. Does that make sense? But it's all the problem is we're gonna have to put a lot of faith in computers, because it's gonna be all done translated through a computer. Like they read our brainwaves and then translate. Does that make sense?
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. So you could literally live vicariously through other physical humans.
Yeah, and
you wouldn't have
superhuman.
You wouldn't have one consciousness. It'd be like a linked consciousness. Is what you're saying.
I don't know. It sounds scary as fuck, and I don't want to be part of that world.
Yeah, I'm going to be one of the people who doesn't do any of that. I'm just going to live my life. I've got enough problems on my plate without, diving into someone else's brain. Because what if you go swimming with dolphins and they get attacked? You got that memory now of someone else's hassle. You know what I mean?
If you were bedridden and you were like 80 years old and you could be in a nice 25-year-old's body traveling around the world, would you be tempted? Or you're like, that's a good point. But what, like, I don't know. What if that person then, what if you die? Can you just like re-upload your brain to somewhere else so that you never die in a way you like don't die? They were talking like, I don't know. Maybe they can artificially create humans, like they can just like record your behavior patterns and your thoughts, and they can just put it into another brain. I'm not too sure. They're saying that
you know how little we know about what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, I mean,
we are so out of our depth. This was supposed to be, should we go to Mars? Would you go to Mars? Are we going to go to Mars? And now my brain is quite literally gonna be somewhere else. We're not ready for this discussion. We're not equipped to have this discussion. Leave my brain in its head. I'm not going anywhere else. When I die, I die. Thanks for
Thanks for
tuning in.
But they were saying that you could record your memories and you could and share them with other people. Like, it's my worst nightmare. I don't want to. They're
my memories. I've got photos for that.
Yeah, I know. Can you imagine though? Oh, it's my worst nightmare. I hate, like, I'm like an invasion of privacy. If someone reads my Facebook messages, I'm like, right, you're not my friend anymore. What are you doing? If someone could like just guess my password and like read all my memories in my brain and like, that's my worst nightmare. I don't want anything to do with that.
No, thank you.
If I'm 90 years old lying in a bed and someone's like, do you want to come imagine having sex with the equivalent of Mila Kunis? I'm in. Sign me up.
Rats up a drain pipe. Do you know what will end up happening? People subscribe right now for the low price of $24.99 to my Twitch stream. You would have people who are like, who've got sick lives.
Yeah,
who would charge a subscription fee. Like, do you want to be in my brain? It's £200 a month.
And you're going to have the sickest time ever.
And let me tell you, it's going to be amazing.
What's the Kardashian, the youngest one? Not Kylie. Oh, no, it is Kylie. It is Kylie. She would be all about that life. Hey, come drive in a Lamborghini with me and my boyfriend.
Is that the one that's gone out with Tiger?
I don't know. Anyway, we're not getting. We're whoa. What has happened here? Next topic. Hero
Stephen
of the week.
Hawking would be ashamed of us talking about the
Three
Kardashians,
times,
wouldn't
by
he?
the way. 3 times today, I've said that I would go if I could have sex with Mila Kunis. I have said that Hayden Penny or whatever the fucking name is the reason. Is the reason
You've
why
just changed
Vlad,
it all to hot women that
I
you
know,
can bang.
but now I'm like,
You're such a disgrace.
I'm a hogging pig.
And now, do you know what we're going to
Yeah,
talk
I know,
about?
that's
Our
why
hero
I
of the
seen
week,
it and I
who's
remembered.
Elon Musk, and the picture you've chosen is the one of him with Amber Heard now.
Well,
because
I'd never-
of all the great things that this man is doing, saving the world one technology at a time, and Fintan's like, oh yeah, he's banging Amber Heard, let's get him on.
Let's get him on. As if
Now he's a hero.
Special guest today, Elon Musk. Welcome to Off the Rails, episode 6. Oh,
We've had some difficulties with Elon. He won't be on this week. We'll save him for a later date. But this guy basically started off as one of the guys who I think he acquired PayPal actually, like in early stages, but like he was behind PayPal.
Worth billions of dollars.
Tesla, he does all the Tesla cars, the electric cars.
I was in a Tesla in Amsterdam. I just random taxi on the side of the road. They have the biggest display center. It must be like, I don't know, I'm gonna say 2 foot wide and like 3 foot long. And it's like, it's not like going along with like satellite images. It's like you're actually driving on the road. Like it's.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's so cool. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
So yeah, he does that. He's sorting all the car stuff out. Good. Someone needed to do that. SpaceX, they send the rockets up. Now they come back down as well. So that saves money on space travel, so that we can do more traveling because he wants to go to Mars. Segueing in from our other point. He's just started the Boring Company.
I don't know anything about this. Do elaborate if you have
So
anything.
he's got this big tunnel boring machine. So it's a play on words, right? Boring Company.
Okay.
It bores holes. Tunnels underneath cities or between cities to alleviate traffic problems. So like the car can just go into the tunnel underneath. Whoosh. You skip all the bullshit up top.
We have
so
one
you
of them
basically create like
right now in
2
Dublin.
tiers. No. No, I don't think you do.
No?
You're thinking of a bypass.
I don't know.
But
We have a tunnel
this
that goes
is-
underneath the city and skips the whole city.
Yeah, okay, but like on a bigger scale, and the cars like drive, like you put your car on this little platform and it goes down, and then the platform sort of whizzes away.
Oh, you're not driving a car.
No, I don't think you're driving the car.
It's like getting
just-
on a
yeah.
train track in a way that just...
I think that's the
fires
idea. I
along.
saw a thing that he'd released of it this week. So he's doing that, and then he's got this solar panel company as well, hasn't he?
Basically, if anyone's going to save
Solar
the
City.
world and we're not going to have to go to Mars...
No, we have to go to Mars. He wants to go to Mars.
Oh.
2 planets. More baskets for our eggs. Is that with my house?
You alright?
I thought we were getting burgled. Carry on. Don't edit that out. There's a minor scare.
Yeah. Oh shit. No man, do it. It's her.
Very.
No,
man, that's
genuinely,
very.
is it like...
What?
No, okay, I wasn't taking the piss. I can see it. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. No, I genuinely thought I saw something moving around and now I'm a bit freaked. But anyway, you're not getting burgled live on air.
I think it's my housemate.
Alright, we're not going to edit this out. Oh, nice shorts, Benj. Nice shorts.
Has that been captured?
No, it wasn't captured. Fuck. No, it wasn't captured, but... Do you... You're going to have to stand up and show everyone your shorts.
So Elon Musk has done all this good for the world, and Fintan wants him on now because he's dating Amber Heard. So just explain what a sexist piece of...
No. Listen,
Go on.
listen. Amber Heard allegedly came from an abusive relationship with Johnny Depp. Elon Musk does not only want to save the world, he wants to save Amber. He's like, she's in an abusive relationship. Why are you giving me them skeptical hippo eyes?
So that's this week's Hero of the Week. We try and have one every week, and we were talking about Mars. Thus, Elon Musk, innovative man that he is, technological...
Genius.
Is he a genius, though?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a technological genius.
No,
though.
he's
not.
He can
He's
do
not
all the
down there in the
programming
street.
and stuff and shit. I think. I don't think.
Yeah, but I think he does some. I don't think he's actually like doing it all himself, is he? He's just like the guy. He's not down in getting his hands dirty with it all, is he?
He's the CEO of like several multi-billion-dollar companies.
Yeah, he's a genius, but is he a technological genius? If you gave him an iPhone and said take that apart and make something, would he be able to do it? That's what I'm saying. Is he Is he coming up with all this new technology, or he's just the figurehead CEO for the team of people that do all the hard, like
Okay, genius, but maybe not technological.
Well, let us know in the comments, because Elon Musk does all this stuff, but he's not actually like knows how to make all the rockets work, does he?
I don't think he does. I'm not too sure. Anyway, that is us for this week. Do you have any final words for episode 6 of Off the Rails, Benjamin? Are we going to put this on? We're going to put this on every.
We're going to put this on every channel because we felt like maybe we were isolating some of our audience by putting it on the main channel. So we're going to put it up on all the channels, but we're only going to do that for a few more weeks. We're going to try and transition. We're really trying to push this channel down your throats as hard as we can. So if you would just watch it on there, it would save us so much hassle.
And subscribe on here. And if you're going in this order, so subscribe to this channel, then you can subscribe to my channel. And if you're feeling like a hat trick, then we'll give Benj a subscribe as well.
Okay, you can't say this channel because they could be watching it on any channel. Subscribe to Fintan and Spraggy's channel. Subscribe to Fintan's channel. Subscribe to Spraggy's channel. 3 buttons, and then you have to double click it for the notification. 6 clicks. But then you got to navigate from page to page. We're asking a lot of you here, aren't we? Just subscribe to my channel. Don't worry about it. And as long as you can watch the podcast, if you want to watch the podcast, that's all that really matters. We're still looking into the application process to get it on iTunes, audio-only versions, and all that jazz. But that's it for this. That's it for this week. It's done.
Hit us with some comments. Let us know what you think of the absolute nonsense that we were chatting. Maybe give us some topics for next week so that we don't have to sit there for an hour and reach. We could be a little bit more professional. That's what people are asking for. We could think about topics before the 10 minutes before we decide we're going to go on air, but I think it's more fun this way. It makes it more natural. We don't really know what we're talking about.
We engaged with a lot of stuff this week that we had no idea what we were talking about. But there you have it. Neither of us are go. Actually, Fintan's not going to Mars. I would go to Mars, but for now, I'm going to bed. So, thanks for tuning in, and good night.
Bye bye.